Hello and welcome to the Alpine Valley School podcast. I'm your host, Miss Gallivan, a former AVS student, a graduate, and a current staff member at the school. During interviews with potential families, I often ask parents what their goals are for their kids. What do they want them to get out of school? The answer I hear most often is this: I want my kids to be happy. It's really what we all want as parents, and it's usually the overriding goal in every action we take in guiding our children's lives: their happiness. It's also one of the most immediate changes that parents see in their kids after enrolling in Alpine Valley School. Children who had been withdrawn are suddenly chatterboxes, and others who had been up and down begin to find an emotional equilibrium. The change isn't always instant, but the end result is almost always happy kids. Before I enrolled at AVS, back when I was 13 years old, I was largely withdrawn from my family. The bullying I endured at public school every day put me into a kind of dissociative state, where I dealt with my issues by locking myself in my room with a package of Oreo cookies and watching mindless TV until I went to sleep. My parents could have chalked my absence from the family up to simply being a teenager, but they knew that something wasn't right. After we found Alpine Valley School, it felt like the clouds had parted, and I saw sunlight for the first time. Not only was no one going to beat me up at school anymore, I could spend my time engaged in things that mattered to me, not an arbitrary litany of test preparation. I experienced real joy, and my parents saw the effects immediately. I became re-engaged in family activities, talking my parents' ear off at the end of the day, not to mention the huge amount of projects that I gleefully undertook every year. Anyone who knew me knew that I was a changed person after enrolling in Alpine Valley School, and it was all for the better. My story is far from unique. Generations of happy children with treasured childhoods have passed through the doors of our school. But rather than talk to another graduate, this time I opted to go straight to the source, the happy kids themselves. When word about this podcast got out around the school, kids started asking me if they could participate, and so I assembled a panel of current AVS students, ranging in age from 10 to 17, and sat them down for what turned out to be a not-so-serious interview. Listen carefully, and I think you'll be able to detect whether or not these kids are enjoying their lives.
Hi, my name is Isaac. I'm 11, and I've been at this school for about 5 years. I've been here a while, and it's a really nice place. I like it.
I'm Efe. I've been at the school for about 4 years, and I'm 17.
Hi, my name is Rafi, and I've been at the school for at least a couple months, and I'm 13.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Tristan, and I've been at the school for like a year and a half, and I'm 11, and I turned 11 not too long ago.
Hi, I'm Leona, and I think I'm like one of the only people here who hasn't been here for over a year. I think I've been here for like 7 months. I don't know. I'm 10.
It's good. It took a minute. All right, so you guys tell me what you do at school every day.
I basically just play around with my friends, do role plays. Sometimes I watch people play games on the computers. I eat, I drink, I breathe.
Good. Those are important. I'm glad.
I just kind of hang around with my friends at school. Sometimes I'll get into arguments, and those are fun too. Or I'll play the piano and have fun with that. Or I might play a game on the computer.
And you have an official position too, at least one, right?
Right, yeah. I'm also the school meeting secretary and the JC clerk. And some days I make the school meeting agenda or work on stuff related to that.
I usually just play around on the computers, occasionally role play, and just do nothing most of the time.
I just hang out with my friends. I role play. Sometimes I play the computer. I play the piano. Sometimes I have to yell because I'm getting annoyed.
I kind of just wander and doodle and play piano and computers. And I also just like run around doing random stuff like playing zombie tag.
Yeah.
I
So,
forgot to say.
yeah.
You can say something else.
I forgot to say that I play outside.
I also play outside. Forgot to say that.
It's okay.
I also play outside.
I think we all do that.
I don't play outside.
Oh.
Not if
When I play outside.
Very rarely.
That's true.
So what's the best part of every day?
Hanging out with my hanging out with my friends, especially Tristan and Ruffy.
Wait, what is the question?
What's the best part of every day?
Hanging out with my friends.
hanging out with my friends.
Hanging out with my friends and being lazy.
I don't know, showing off. I don't know.
What do you show off?
I don't know, my
Piano?
face.
Piano?
It's a nice face.
I guess.
Yeah, you guys are all good at piano. At least
not good at
three
it.
of you. Three of you are good at piano. I haven't heard the other ones of you play piano, so.
I don't know any songs, but apparently I impress my family. The one time I can't speak.
So is there anything that you miss about going to a different school, like your old schools that you used to go to? Those of you who used to.
I miss getting my butt kicked.
I could do that for you right now.
Wow.
No, not really. My old school was not very good. Not very good. But this school, mwah.
My
I
old
gotta take
school
a
was
picture of you doing this for the show notes.
I
my old
miss
school was poop.
I miss all my old friends, my old buddies, my old pals. They were
Yeah.
cool to hang out with. I just kind of lost contact with them after I came here.
My old school, I said I didn't know how to use scissors because they were dull safety scissors that I couldn't cut with. Not anyone can cut with them unless you're a bodybuilder.
I don't miss a single thing about my old school because the food was terrible and I didn't really like regular learning.
Can I actually say something now?
Sure.
Yes. I don't really miss my old school because whenever you brought in a phone to take a picture of something you thought was funny or cute, then they would be like, "What in the world? I'm going to take your phone away for your entire life." And then they were like, "What? No, this costed like $1,000. And then the teachers were like, "I don't care. Give me that phone." And then they sneak it in their backpack.
So you have your phone out right now, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
So that's a good part about being here, huh?
Don't we all have our phones?
I don't have a phone at all.
I have my phone.
How do you survive, Isaac?
How do you
I
survive?
don't know.
Off of Roblox and Stick Fight.
Can't blame
Off
ya.
of Roblox and video games. I only chat with people through Roblox. That's how I chat with people. Besides in person, of course.
Is there anything you miss, Leona?
No, I didn't really have any friends because everyone called me a weirdo for being the person who drew in the corner. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm happy here because I actually have friends. Being weird here is a good thing.
Same
But
here.
don't overdo it.
Being lonely.
Yeah, never always be weird.
It's sad when you're lonely.
Meh. Most of the people there were jerks, though. So I
Time
felt
to
like I
fall
was the
backwards.
luckiest.
So that leads to a good question, which is, what do you like about being at AVS?
I get to do a lot of stuff that I want to do. I mean, obviously you can't beat people up, but I get to do.
Wait, you want to do that?
No.
Oh my god.
I can do pretty much anything I want, and well, I get to do everything I want. A lot of the people here are nice. And a note that I have before you come is, it gets really, really crazy, really, really fast. Like really crazy. But yeah, it's fun. People like to mess around, have fun here. I get to eat whenever I want it. Like at my own school, I think I remember like I'm hungry. When's lunchtime? 2 hours later. Like it was 2 hours. To 2 hours till lunchtime, and I was like.
And then didn't you only get like 15 minutes to eat?
I had like the smallest lunch. I had crackers and oranges that I didn't even like.
Oh my God.
And here I actually have food that I like because my parents packed and stuff that they know I like, and I get to eat whenever I want. What else? You don't have to worry about getting made fun of, which is good. And yeah, just.
Anybody else? Go ahead.
First of all, when Isaac was talking, my chair fell over. And yeah, that's kind of all I have to say besides woo.
What do you like about the school?
I know. I like that we get freedom here and we don't get yelled at randomly. And we can eat whenever we want because, just like Isaac said, I can starve.
That's very interesting.
It's not very interesting. It's more like very interesting.
What do you like about being here?
Well, what I like is that, well, you can basically eat whenever you want, and like you don't have to eat lunchroom food, because at my old school the food was like horrible. I think I had food poisoning.
No mystery meat?
Nope.
I forgot to mention something. I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot to mention something. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, sorry.
My friends
Okay,
call
what do
me
you think?
Coach.
Well, I think Isaac put it the best. Just the freedom to do whatever you want to do here is nice. You eat whenever you want, which is a big plus for many people who
Everybody
like to
likes
eat.
the food.
Yeah.
I'm like the one person who's sitting
Yeah.
here
Getting
like,
to
why
eat.
is everyone talking about food?
What do you like, Leona?
I don't know, just
have
like,
microphone.
I can run around, and at other schools, like public schools and stuff, you have very limited time to run around and other stuff like that. And I like how you can do it whenever here, and I just feel like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Did you remember what you wanted to say, Isaac?
Oh yeah, and if you want to play video games, you don't have to worry about forgetting your computer. I mean, honestly, I prefer my own computer because it's my computer, but but they have computers here which you can use, but you have to get a thing where you have to have someone read something to you before you can actually use it. But I mean, yeah, if you forget your computer, if you have a computer, or your phone, if you have a phone, you can just play on the computers at school. Yeah.
So for those of you who can't see what's happening here, Tristan was holding up his phone with, what is that face called? Is it
Troll face.
Okay.
Face.
Yeah. And now he's got a different one, and I don't even know what that one's called.
This is the
called
me
the
gusta
yeah.
face.
Oh.
Me
And he's
gusta.
dancing around with it, so
And then
you
there's
gotta-
and then
you're not getting
there's-
the full effect right now.
And there's also another one where it's like, ooh! And then there's another one where it's really chubby and it's crying.
Oh.
I think that's the Forever Alone face.
Yeah,
Oh, that is
that's
perfect.
sad. That makes me
Forever
feel
Alone. We must. Yeah.
No, that one's ugly.
I don't really know memes. I feel left out.
sad. You know more memes than I know. I guarantee you know more memes than I
You know memers.
I know.
Hey, look, he's
So
smiling.
what do you guys say to other people to describe your school? Like when you meet people outside of here and people are like, what school do you go to? And you're like, oh, geez.
The best. I go to the best school in the universe.
Yeah, good. I like that.
I'm like, I go to a really nice school. Basically everything. I say everything that I like about everything that I liked about the school. That part. That's what I say to them. So like, you can eat whenever you want. You have like 100% freedom. You can't be rude to people.
I just say that I go to a Sudbury school, and if they ask more questions, then it's a rabbit hole. But I hope they don't ask more than that.
I just say I go to us.
I say everything that I noted that I like about
9
school.
times 9 is 81.
What were you saying, Rafi? I wanted you to repeat yourself.
I like it. I just say I go to a school, and that's all I really
That's
say.
all you say. Did he ask you any more questions?
No,
Did he
that's
ask you what grade you're in or anything? That used to confuse me when I was a student. People would ask me, what grade are you in? I'm like, oh crap. 9, I guess, is a number.
Whenever people ask me what grade I'm in, I say, my school doesn't have grades. For some reason, my cousins were really freaked out about that.
Yeah? Did they ask you a bunch more questions?
Nope. Just like, his school doesn't have grades, but
I'm in 5th grade.
I don't know what grade I'm in because I don't have grades.
Randomly, I typed in
137th
89
grade.
into my calculator.
I'm in 328th grade.
I am like super quiet right now.
Yes, you are. You've been
Do
the
you have anything
quietest.
you want to say?
I'd be like
Not
7th
really.
grade now.
Well, there you go.
I think I've probably been the loudest.
Oh, yeah, and,
at it.
When I'm bored and want to talk, I get really chatty.
Chat.
I like chatting.
Do you find that people let you chat here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me out. I'm
Also
stuck in your
Pretty
pocket.
chatty.
Please.
Pretty chatty place. I like it. I like chatting with my friends and role playing.
Minecraft.
Rap lose.
Oh yeah, and I made up a thing where I call myself an Isaacin, which is a race of people.
Peeps.
They all have powers beyond gods.
Whoa.
So let's say that.
Wow.
Hot diggity dog, guys.
So, Leona, do you ever have to talk about the school with other people?
Yeah, I have to talk about it a lot. Like, I basically just tell them whatever I tell people. I just say I go to a Sunbury school. If they ask anything else, I just kind of am like, it's school, you know.
Yeah,
You
that's
tell
me.
them like it's too specific. Like it's a Sudbury school, and they say, "Okay, tell me about that." Like it's a school.
I usually
Go away.
I say it's an alternative school, and they're like, oh, okay.
Here's our website. Leave me alone.
Yeah, basically.
I really like talking to
They can
people.
look it up if they want.
I don't know what I should do with
So,
this.
do you guys? I would like each of you to tell me a favorite memory you have from school, and I want to start with Leona. We're gonna go the opposite way. Do you have a favorite memory? So something that happened at school?
I guess I mean my favorite memory is every time I don't
All the times.
all the time.
You can say all the time. That's fine.
Yeah, that's that.
If you think of one specifically, then we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Tristan, do you have a favorite memory?
Probably the first day of school.
Yeah, this year or just every year?
Probably like my very first day of
Oh,
school.
your first day. I see. It was exciting. It was a good time.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Rafi, how about you?
I'd have to say the first day I ever came here.
Yeah. So it's funny because some people get overwhelmed their first day. Like their first day isn't their favorite day because they're like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? But it sounds like it was for you guys. F.A., what about you?
I think the first day that I went off campus was probably one of my favorite memories from being here. Is being able to leave the campus and be like, oh, I'm in the world now.
Where did you
It was
go?
fun.
Do you remember?
I think I either went to the park or I went to Target, and I can't remember. Each one is equally as exciting, so I don't know. Either way, it was fun.
And Target are extraordinary places.
They truly are.
Yeah.
Isaac, what about you? What's your favorite memory?
I don't really know. I mean, there's just so many good things about the school. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'd say one of my best memories, if I had to note one, was that there's these two teenagers here. They were really nice and they helped me out. And they took me. There are a few llamas next door to the school, and they go with me. And they went to go take me to see the llamas. They were really nice. There's also a few times where there's this other teenager here who also helped me out a lot. And me and pretty much like all the other little kids would just kind of pile on him. It was really fun. I mean, I have so many good memories, it's hard to note just one.
I think I remember where I went off campus. I think we walked through the park and then we went to Taco Bell. That was fun.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Taco Bell in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we stopped in the park to eat and we played in the park.
That's where I go most of the time.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you guys all think this is a good school for you.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Good.
This is the school for me.
Village Inn!
Taco Bell! Also, this is the best school in the universe.
Oh,
It
good.
is. It truly is.
Well, thank you guys. Thanks again to Isaac, F.A., Rafi, Tristan, and Leona for sharing their stories and their infectious laughter here with us on the show. I had such a fun time interviewing them, and I think they enjoyed it too. Even though Thanksgiving and all of its bounty are sadly behind us this year, I'm still reflecting on the things I'm grateful for. And one of those things is Alpine Valley School. Besides being my current gainful and soulful employment, AVS reshaped the landscape of my life and brought me in touch with my authentic self back when I was a teen. I don't know who I would be if I hadn't attended AVS for those 4 wonderful years, and honestly, I don't want to know. I am who I am because of this school, and I will be forever grateful for it. Thank you to everyone whose hard work went into founding and maintaining AVS so that so many young people could experience a joyful childhood. If your life has been touched by Alpine Valley School in some way, no matter how small, I encourage you to make a contribution to the school on Colorado Gives Day, which is coming up on December 5th. You can schedule your tax-deductible donation at any time by visiting www.coloradogives.org/Alpine Valley School or by visiting our website, www.alpinevalleyschool.com, and clicking on the Donate Now button at the top of the screen. Every donation, no matter how small, makes a significant difference to our bottom line, and all of it helps. For those who are unable to make a substantial contribution all at once, you can schedule a monthly donation, which will benefit the school all year round. I'll also be doing a special bonus episode of the podcast featuring messages of gratitude from throughout our community, which will debut on Colorado Gives Day. People called in from far and wide to share their stories, and I think it's going to be a very special bonus episode, so stay tuned for that. Show notes for this episode, featuring additional details and a link to the podcast on YouTube, are available at www.alpinevalleyschool.com/podcast/EP15 for episode 15. As always, thanks for listening. I'm Miss Gallivan. This is the Alpine Valley School podcast, and we'll be back again very soon with more stories of real learning for real life.